Summer had just started. Warm winds blowing through the leaves of the trees, colorful plantations spreading like laughter in a crowded room, and Anders slaying that pussy as always. Today was Anders' birthday. Officially 2 digits again. Almost 60 years old. This nigga gonna die soon. Apparently all of his medical values are really good for someone with Downs because of the strict diet we have him on. Today is the celebration, so Anders gets to eat cake. Just cake. Since it was warm and sunny out, we decided to bring him outside for the cake and coffee. He loves sitting outside. Gives him the opportunity to bark at the neighbors. He loves that shit. Anders and the 2 members of the staff sitting outside. I'm in the kitchen because I need to prepare weekend food. Suddenly see Anders enter his random fits of fury. Grabs the cake, smears it all over the staff and himself, roaring and eating the remnants of the plastic plate still placed on the table. Cake and anger all over his face. Staff has to restrain him and bring him back inside because he wanted to chase after the neighbor who was out on his bike. Work the whole day shift. Hate those fucking shifts. They're as inhumane as Anders, the king of autism. Be lunchtime for Anders. I made the guys some soup, pretty standard, with vegetables and potatoes. Enter his apartment to find him masturbating again. Don't even give a shit at this rate. Drop your dick and come eat. Okay. Sits down and begins to eat. While he does this, I hear the phone going off. Was expecting a phone call from one of the autist doctors about lung cancer. Serious shit. I leave for 5 minutes and come back. Anders hadn't touched his soup. When I come back in, he begins eating again, snickering. Legit snicker. He looked at me and covered his mouth laughing like a kawaii anime character. What? I ask. Anders takes a big spoonful of soup and giggles again. I pee in soup. What? Pranked, Daddy. Eats soup again. My face when? New girl at work. Her name is Hope, for some reason. What the fuck kind of name is that? Either way, it doesn't matter, she's hot as fuck. Hotter than the previous QT that worked there. Same body type, but no acne. Fuck yeah, .jpg. Have chill shift, so managed to talk some. We hit it off nicely, talked for most of the spare time that we had. Near the end of the day, she enters the lion's den. The girl that came out had been forever changed. She had gazed into the soul of God, and her soul was reformed. No one ever found out what happened inside those hallowed doors, or spoke of it except for Anders. Kiss Daddy, was all I got out of him. Fuck Mommy. She quit 3 days later. She must have witnessed horrors beyond comprehension of the mortal mind. Anders still talks of her sometimes, refers to her as the woman with the butt. I like butt woman, Daddy. Me too, Anders. Me too. Warm Sunday afternoon. Quit work along with the other day staff in half an hour's time. One of us always leaves half an hour earlier. In this case, it was one of the older employees, most around 40 with the exception of me and a few others, all married with kids. I am the runt. She's supposed to go to her kid's soccer game or something like that. Husband is supposed to pick her up, knocks on the door once there. The god Anders notices a disturbance in his temple. Witnesses female staff and husband embracing. Anders was not a fan. Hear him charging down the hallway with his overweight body thumping like elephants on parade. Literally tackles the husband to the ground and starts licking and biting his cheek. All while screaming, "My wife!" Takes all of us to drag him away. Wife! Husband never dared approach the door afterwards. The few times he picked her up, he'd wait in the car. Anders proved himself to be the alpha once more. Be me, cleaning the hallways some in free time during day shift. Not actually part of my routine, but I do it because of the lack of things to do and because I'm great. Landwhale employee approaches me out of nowhere. In Fatonian, she begins ranting about how I've done all the laundry wrong.
It's badly folded, not hung properly in the drying cabinet.
I haven't done any laundry today. Landwhale doesn't accept my excuse and begins ranting instead about how I don't do laundry. What the fuck, bitch? Anders, on his way to get diapers with other employees, notices us arguing. Like a ninja, he approaches me from behind, hugging me and squeezing my chest in a vague attempt to cut my tits that weren't there. Stares at Landwhale. You fatter than Santa. She goes quiet. She didn't expect verbal abuse from Anders. He normally just punches people. Walrus. Anders begins making loud, grunty noises into my ear. I was terrified he would throw up again because this was the Beatbox 2.0. Landwhale leaves and Anders tries to lick my cheek. I stop him this time. Kiss, Daddy? No, Anders, go away. Kiss. Anders leaves through the front door. Victory by forfeit. Work another night shift. Same day, Anders had been to a wedding, his sister and a caretaker. She pays for all of his stuff. Anders had held a speech, saved it on a note because the staff had helped him write it. He was very proud of his speech, and although tired, decided that I had to see the speech. It was neatly folded on his table. What I saw made my ribcage break through my skin and fly out the window into the orbit of space. Brought up phone to take a picture to show friends later. Congratulations on your fat day, Elizabeth. You have a sexy body. Like me, I get all the women. Don't eat too many cakes or you will kilograms 5. That was the speech that Anders gave at his sister's wedding. Anders has the confidence of a prince. Did you get laid, Anders? Kiss, Daddy? I took that as a no and I put him to bed. He smiled and told me about all the cake that he ate. His stomach rumbled. I can only assume wet dreams about the creamy past followed. Pick-related, leftover cake Anders gave me because we're homies. Anders and me cooking, frying some fish. Anders is talking about a James Bond movie he watched and I'm being disgusted by the slimy fish. It smelled like ass. Suddenly I hear a sound from the hallway. Wee-oo. Quick, Anders, hide the weed. It's the wheelchair tart again. Anders always hated that sound. Hate police. I go to meet the old man to see what he wants. Meanwhile, Anders is devising a sinister plan. Slowly grabs fish from the table. A loud smack. Sudden fish across the face of the wheelchair tard. Wheelchair tard falls. Chaos. Anders is laughing and slapping himself with the fish. I have to help the tard up. Anders throws fish on tard. The fish is, of course, now ruined. Wheelchair tard hurt his head and got a concussion. Tards had to eat fish sticks. Thanks, Anders. Be 5 o'clock. Dinner time for most tards. I was working with the major autist who is never mentioned. When I leave his apartment, I notice someone has left the kitchen door open. Not good, .jpg. Check all apartments. No one is missing, but there are a few pieces of cake missing from the fridge. But then who? Oh. Check Anders' apartment. The Titan had escaped his bonds. Quickly check all possible areas of the building. The Downs god is missing. Front door, it's apparently open to air out. Oh shit. Hurry outside fast like Sanic. May as well have been collecting rings and listening to Weed Hill's music. See neighbor on the street. Ask if he's seen Anders. No sign of anything at all. Panic takes control of my body and my mind refuses to work properly. Check all the nearby roads, everything, ask all the neighbors. Anders is a Ninja Gaiden. Finally decide to search the nearby woods. See something hanging from a tree. It's a diaper. Yes, he left a trail like Hansel and Gretel. Follow a little trail along the path until I see an abandoned old shack. Did I make it? Walk inside. On the half-rotten floorboards is a pantless Anders fanatically eating leftover cake and touching his nipple. He spots me. Cake, Daddy. I will kill you one of these days, you fat flubbery fuck. Work another night shift. Quiet night, nothing unusual. Anders is howling at me, saying he's the Lion King. More like the lion shut the fuck up Anders, you stupid son of a bitch. He sleeps well and all of that jazz. I was sat on the sofa watching Netflix as usual. Around 6 in the morning, I hear sounds from Anders' room. Strange, he normally sleeps until 12 in the afternoon. Slip inside to check. Blood. Blood everywhere. Looks like something straight out of a horror movie. A long line of blood going from the bathroom and to his bed. Bloodied handprints. Anders is lying halfway onto his bed, blood all over his face, 2 teeth knocked out. What the actual fuck happened? Wake him up to see if the tard has finally accepted the sweet embrace of death and saved me from his torture. I am disappointed to see him wake up. He pukes just as he had before. He pukes blood right onto my shoes. You fuck. Leave apartment to call ambulance. He spends all day there. Turns out all of his upper teeth were knocked out. Had to surgically attach them again somehow. Spent 2 weeks almost fully bandaged in the face. Mummy, Daddy. Having the normal weekend dinner time. Most tards gathered as well as staff. One of the few other male employees there, he looks pretty filthy. Lip piercings, tribal tattoos, and long hair set back in a ponytail. He has as much of a temper as Anders does. Anders is staring at him throughout the meal. Kiss Daddy. No, Anders. Kiss Daddy. No, Anders. Kiss. No, Anders. Anders is having the time of his life being an absolute annoying shit cunt. Kiss. Male employee flips and has to leave the room to collect himself. Anders turns his piercing gaze to me. What nigger, Daddy? Be working whole day shift. Spend 3 hours alone in the house with only Anders there. Anders is chillin' in his apartment, sleeping. This guy seriously sleeps 17 hours a day. Lazier than me working night shifts. Decide to check up on him just in case. Hear radio blasting from inside. Beyonce. Open the door. Find the fridge has been broken into despite it being locked firmly so he doesn't get in. Super strength confirmed. He's sitting in his sofa, having grabbed a full bag of Pringles. We give them in bags so it's the right amount for his diet. All the Pringle ladies. Next to him is a soggy porn mag. What the fuck? He's not been allowed to have porn since I started here because it made him act even more perverted and rapey. Anders? His neck cranes like an earthworm to gaze upon my beauty. Yes, Daddy. Oh, where did you find that, Anders? Poop, Daddy. Fuck's sake, you little shit, I'm asking questions here. Where did you find the newspaper, Anders? Toilet, Daddy. Turns out he'd been hiding a single porn mag in the tank of his toilet for over 2 years. Genius. I let him fap for another fat minute, then took it away and sent him to rest. This guy. Somewhat unrelated story, but still funny. Be with friend on his 21st birthday. Out clubbing. End up at a table with a bunch of white women. Telling them stories about Anders. They laugh and say it's admirable that people do shit like this. I don't fucking know, I do it for the money, not because I'm nice. Friend is borderline passing out. Women drunk. Go for the kill. Lean up close, lapping my lips and uttering the words, "Kiss Daddy." Okay, she says and goes for it. Denies and takes friend home because he was gone. But thank you, based Anders, for almost getting me laid. But more Anders stories. Anders has been watching a lot of military movies and series lately. His favorite is Saving Private Ryan. One night he prepares for some more war roleplay with me. I enter his room unaware of the German trenches he has prepared for me. 23:15 sharp. The moment I enter, the motherfucker starts throwing soda at me. Soaked bottom to toe. All sticky all over my face. Anders just gave me a sweet bukkake. With a proud grin, Anders tears his clothes off and goes for a shit. Saving Private Anders, he uttered and nodded. That was not nice, Anders. Brush Daddy. Be working morning shift for once. I fucking hate morning shifts. I gladly stay up all night working, but leaving bed at 4:30? Suck my dick life. Get there somewhat earlier, start at 7, but be there 6:30. MILF was working the night shift but hadn't done it much. Enter building and call out, "Hello?" No answer. Has she been devoured? Go on small hunt through the house. Not in the bathroom. Not having coffee. And not out back smoking. What the fuck? Decide to check Anders' apartment because he is the root of all evil. Open door and find her knocked out on the floor. Anders had laid a trap of liquid shit in front of the door which she stepped in, tripped, and knocked herself out. Helping her felt like helping the tards who shat themselves. She is embarrassed. Anders is satisfied. None of the ordinary day workers fill in nights anymore, so I get to work nearly full time. Thank you, Anders, for the cash money.